I'd like to welcome you to join an important conversation happening today in the world of chiropractic. In response to the Wisconsin Chiropractic Association's white paper entitled "Filling the Shortage of Primary Care Healthcare Providers in Wisconsin, the Primary Spine Care Physician, a New Class of Healthcare Provider," Life Chiropractic College West reaffirms our position that we are not in support of the addition of surgery or prescribing drugs to the practice of chiropractic. In reviewing the white paper and the assertions made in it, it is clear that the problem of a shortage of primary care physicians is an issue for the medical profession and the healthcare community in Wisconsin. It is not a problem for the chiropractic profession, any more than a shortage of dentists would be a concern for our profession. However, this shortage presents a wonderful opportunity for the growth of the chiropractic profession with the status quo scope of practice. The white paper states the problem as the significant burden of spine-related conditions on the healthcare system and the shortage of physicians in the state of Wisconsin. I believe this is a flawed premise because the shortage of primary care physicians is not the problem. The real problem is the shortage of chiropractors helping those people with health issues that can benefit from chiropractic care. If the premise and prediction of a shortage of primary care physicians is correct, and this shortage will continue to worsen, then this is a great argument to retain the status quo of the scope of chiropractic in Wisconsin. Classic economic theory concerning the supply-demand equation would suggest that if the supply of practitioners was falling relative to increasing demand, and patients were unable to access their primary care physicians for their musculoskeletal conditions, then they would seek a substitute provider. And this is the great scenario for chiropractic. People needing care for their conditions that are unable to be met by a PCP would, through word of mouth and referrals, seek out chiropractic. The need for chiropractors to prescribe can only be of personal benefit, like increasing chiropractors' incomes, and not primarily for the benefit of the patient. The problem with this strategy is that we should be here to serve the people and not be self-serving. Making professional decisions in the interest of the practitioner and not the patient deserve to be thought through very carefully. The idea of increasing the supply side of the equation, with chiropractors having an expanded scope to meet the shortage of PCPs, defies economic thinking. In the short term, if chiropractors were prescribing medications, that may increase their income. However, due to market forces, within the medium term, their incomes would actually drop due to the increased numbers of expanded scope providers now competing on price. And we see this in various domains of healthcare currently. We take note of the World Health Organization's definition of chiropractic, which states that, quote, "Chiropractic practice emphasizes the conservative management of the neuromusculoskeletal system without the use of drugs and surgery," end quote. And if adopted, the Wisconsin Chiropractic Association policy would be completely out of step with the WHO guidelines on the practice of chiropractic to expand the profession's scope to include the use of drugs and surgery. Let's take a look at the United States healthcare crisis. Two of the main contributors to this failing healthcare model in the US is the exorbitant cost of the system and the dramatic overuse of many medicines. The number of people harmed and killed annually from inappropriate use and appropriate use of prescription medication is alarming. This affected group does not have any equal to any other country in the world. The US, with 5% of the world's population, consumes 50% of the world's prescription drugs. This has not led to a healthier nation, it has had the reverse effect. So giving more drugs to more people through an expanded scope of practice will exacerbate the problem. While we all recognise the need for some patients to access medical care, Life Chiropractic College West joins large numbers of colleges, associations and chiropractors that believe there is no time and no place for drugs and surgery in the practice of chiropractic. Let's allow other professions to provide these services and let patients come to chiropractors because we offer chiropractic care. Let's look at the spine care specialist idea. Given the shortage of primary care physicians in Wisconsin, here is the opportunity for the chiropractic profession in Wisconsin to consider working more closely with the medical community. This could include educating them on the benefits of chiropractic care, including the research that supports the use, the safety and the efficacy of chiropractic. This presents areas for professional collaboration, and in contrast to becoming an allopath, which would allow the chiropractor to become an osteopath. Those practitioners and colleges who have a strong desire to include drugs and surgery into their practice and curriculum would best serve the profession by choosing to become medical doctors, choosing to become nurse practitioners, or choosing to become osteopaths. So in summary, this proposal, if adopted, would raise the cost of the healthcare system, having a detrimental effect on the nation. It would lower the income of chiropractors in the long term. Clearly, it is ideologically driven. It is a short-term solution by those in the profession looking for short-term financial gain. It is typically not in the patient's best interest to have more people receiving allopathic care. It would dramatically affect the identity of the chiropractor in the marketplace, creating confusion for the consumer. You know, in the words of Albert Einstein, we will not solve the current problems with the level of thinking which created them. So we join the growing voice of the majority in the profession in our opposition to drugs and surgery as part of the practice of chiropractic. We invite you to read the white paper, which is found on our website, lifewest.edu, and we encourage you to personally evaluate the future of our profession. There's a lot at stake. Thank you for listening to our point of view, and we hope you will join us in spreading our perspective on this important topic. Thank you.